pressure starting to mount towards R. They take it back. Giants delivering on that front. Big picks for them. Big recovery. I was a little worried they were behind the curve on timing, but they kept their call just perfect.
Yeah, and credit to Nuki as well. I said he needs to play his life. He's still standing to hold on to that dugout to prevent any further pressure coming through towards that rotation. We see a lot of teams heavily focusing that area as well, just to get ahead of the curve, prevent any sort of setup towards a retake. This time around, Karmine Corps opting to plant open play towards Art, which initially, I mean, they win out. Screen finds a crucial kill, and then Shin follows up as well.
This little cleanup squad coming out really kind of changed the way that round was going. I thought they were actually getting away with holding Art so proficiently, but credit to Giants there. Now let's look at the purchase they're going to opt to come in with, which is a couple of Bulldogs, Marshall, bits and bobs. Nothing wild, but certainly not looking to lose out. Sheriff's on the other side. And ult progress for Scream. Not doing too badly. 2 away for himself coming into this round. Now make it just 1, but they have lost out on Shin. So one side of the map looking quite secure here, as Giants don't have to be too worried about A now. Obviously, we know more than they do. And once again, it falls to Nuki, having to play his life, not get found out too early here. And a different challenge for Karmine Corps to try and figure here.
Already Nuki throwing out a different setup as well, showing that he's going to be very active on this Cypher in terms of switching things up. We'll throw off Karmine Corps' early round just a little bit.
Oh, it's lovely. Oh, it's really quite impressive. Lovely seeing Cloud and Nuki in combination. Those two are quite special when it comes to the agents they play. Again, I wouldn't say that the Cypher's something that I put firmly by the side of Nuki, but XMS looking like leftovers there. Found in the end as a flawless round posted up for Giants, but let's kind of run it back here. Again, I don't know how I always forget, but when I talk about, you know, the good, sober players out there, obviously the likes of Leo always spring to mind. He's easy to look at, but Cloud is a name that deserves to be put up there. That man is worth his weight in gold. Yeah.
Always good for a round or 4, to be honest, in terms of clutch performances. And you're right, doesn't get the credit he deserves. Truly had a fantastic debut, actually. First big LAN event, obviously, this year. That did translate across to the regular season. Curious to see here if Karmine Corps going to switch up the pace a little bit on the back of the running back.
But it's a very light investment. I mean, 0 flashes to play with there, lacking the wall.
One of those historic Karmine Corps buys here for Scream. No real utility to make use of this running back other than an extra body on the front line. And yeah, that trend does continue. Look at this. Spycam over towards Connector, spotting long as well.
It gives them so much info.
Yeah, trap play towards double doors, but you're right, it's the massive amount of information available to us, and already the Astro utility from Rhyme invested. There's like 2, 3 potential trap plays set up here by Giants.
Karmine Corps, because they haven't spread the wealth here, they haven't tried to default down B long or try and maybe apply that pressure. This could be a very easily stacked side of the map, but they still have to handle what's in front of them. That's not good enough for Scream there. Sent back, unable to break through. It was Guizage to at least find Hoodie, but beyond that, Giants still hold the line. They still have presence on the site. They still have the 2 additional players not far off this. Rhyme could get isolated. The flash does catch, but he overwhelms. Great work with the Bulldog. Now getting burnt out of position, grabs another. Beautiful work from Rhyme. Holding this site safe until the cavalry arrives, and Scream not finding the play he wants here. Does get the frag in the end, takes a lot of damage for it, and now Nuki closing the gap. Scream going to heal up, but can Nuki close in further? Noticed earlier, no flashes for Scream. It's just going to be a 1v1. Swing and a miss for Nuki in the end, but a highly costly round there.
Absolutely is. 4 rifles removed here from Karmine Corps. Plant comes through, so going to enable that light shield purchase to come through regardless. Decent progress on the ultimates, but doesn't really give them a steady footing heading into the next round. Rhyme's done fantastic to find 2 here. He's under so much pressure. Everything actually the stun comes through and maybe forces XMS out into an open sight line there. Brilliant work from him. So the Giants missing a couple of orbs, 2 off the Hunter's Fury, 1 off the Neural Theft, so could argue Karmine Corps the advantage in the first ult cycle, but round 4, some of these key ultimates still missing.
He's 2 away again.
Yeah.
That is the one benefit of having Scream on this, and this map in particular, you can get him ready to go so often. Now this time with a little bit more kit to play with, that could prove a little bit more valuable.
Yeah, and actually with Giants leaning more towards these trap plays, it kind of gives up this A-orb in particular because there's no forward pressure coming through. Be curious to see if there's any sort of adjustment there, if maybe Scream starts finding a lot of value off these run-it backs. If they try to deny this progress.
And I'm wondering when they potentially find out about Nuki's adjusted setup. They have to kind of dig quite deep to get close to it, but this is now, this is the third setup we've seen in 4 rounds here. Same as last round, but it obviously didn't go discovered, so he can get away with it once again. Feeling there's a little bit more pressure, seeing nothing else on the map, opting to sit a little bit deeper towards the B side and calls over the player.
Back-to-back rounds.
Absolutely right, Scream ready to go, but there is 3 bodies here. Giants get the information correctly. They now have to get past Fatinho, who's going to take the active angle, deny the ultimate, fall away slightly, go for a double dip on it, but get outdone. Shin finds him. Nice work between Cloud and Nuki. Lovely combination on the swing. Working in unison so well. And now a 2v3, tricky for Shin and Scream to figure out, but a plant could certainly help matters. But as the wall drops, he gets discovered, and Giants have massive numbers against Shin. A tough scenario, and he's not up to the challenge today. Diffuse going to come through, and once again, the information being relayed between Nuki, Cloud, everyone. They're getting those rotations on the right side of the map.
It feels like Nuki's just completely unconsidered here from elbow. Again, somebody else gets a kill off his trap, sure, but yeah, you see Cloud comes through here. Just 3 members, I feel like, of Karmine Corps are swinging onto that same angle that they're punished onto the trip, allowing Nuki to come through and find 2 freebies in essence. Phoenix ultimate shut down within a second or 2 there, so no real pressure applied towards site. But with Giants having 3 bodies there, they're never going to give that up. They're going to dig their heels in.
This is going to be a really tough game for Karmine Corps. They're losing the battle of information here so far, right? It's like they haven't been able to get, let's say, a favorable fight on a site in a minute now. Again, mostly down to this man, Nuki, being a nuisance. Doesn't quite note the first player.
They need to spot this camera out.
I think the Scream, yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay, that's huge. That needs to be added to the protocol list.
Exactly, yeah. Because like you said, Giants are leaning so heavily on the back. Just look at the minimap right now already. Just on the back of those steps coming through. Preemptive rotation already in effect. Actually, a ton of information off the Owl drone as well. Cosmic Divide committed here. A little curious about that one.
Cloud's then a little further forward. Hold on. Yeah, this is lovely for Cloud. Overwhelmed, though. Does get punished. Hold on. A little bit of life in this. Does Scream get the chance to pick up a rifle? He does. And now the 1v1. He outdoes Nuki. Down to just Rhyme. 12 HP, but it is Scream. 40 seconds. Spike not to hand. He wants to get that heal. A little paranoid about the back, but it's not there. It's Rhyme in front. Now he knows it. And it's always going to be deadly when it's Scream. You've got to respect this man. Put him on the pedestal.
30 seconds left.
Ryan's not spotted him walking up.
Scream's gone very close. 4 bullets, hasn't hit the reload. Rhyme does the dance, it comes out better. Giants handling this well. That was a couple of sheriffs, 1 rifle, I think was with Shin, and the ult that came through. But now they started to identify some of the issues they're coming up against.
Enemy remaining.
Again, Nuki from this position just doing work. I think it's going to be another buy round that the Phoenix Ultimate is available once again on the back of some progress made by Scream. But on the other side of things, it's only the Blade Storm missing it. It's only 2 orbs away from Giants having a full house. And starting to develop a little bit of a cushion in terms of the finances. A 3-round lead as well on top of that.
Ooh, that flash should know the aggression. It was Fatinho trying to get ahead of that wall, but he gets punished for this one. Cross map though, you know, Cloud's good for it. Connects towards XMS and evens this out. Losing on XMS is a problem. That's going to help things. Rhyme maybe a little ahead of that.
Got your trail.
A big bailout frag from Zaysh there. And on the back of the Seekers, running back popped. Scream going to try and clear a little bit of space. A ton of space, actually.
Yeah, he wants to keep up with those Seekers. He knows where Cloud is. Cloud is being hunted down. Left wounded on the back lines, but look at the gap that he created. Plant's going to come in now, but they've got to hold it against Nuki, Cloud, and Hoodie. Not easy. Scream with the trade, though. Going to keep this one competitive. Favorable to Karmine Corps. Cloud, he took so much damage earlier on from that running back. Hesitant to go forward.
He split from Hoodie as well, so he can't actually get healed up. 2 shock darts, though. Could do some damage to Zaysh. Exactly where he's going to post him. Decent chunk on the first. Hoodie's found Scream, though.
Okay. Flashes on both sides. Hoodie, he got Zaysh, hold on. It's Shin now under all that pressure. Has to reveal position. Back onto the spike. He doesn't get it to half. He swings it shin. Very well done in the end. Kept that cool. Didn't let the pressure mount towards him because that got way closer than I expected.
Yeah, big Red Bull clutch coming in. Shin. Again, a couple of overpeaks here, but Karmine Corps are desperate to try and get Nevera back off site. After that, though, Giants do everything right. Even thought there, Cloud actually on the X-ray. It looked like he was still sticking it, but actually crouched and holding the angle. So around to stop that early momentum. I was going to say, even with that cushion developing, losing that round, a little bit of investment in terms of ultimates. Giants will ride one out with just 2 rifles.
It looks like Giants trying to start prioritizing denying these ults away from screen.
Yeah, I was curious of whether or not that was going to happen.
You can already see the anti-flash, right? Yeah. He's like walking up, just like, please don't anyone dry swing this.
What's funny is there's actually some utility in place to deny that orb, or Scream has actually slipped all the way back behind this. This is beautiful from Karmine Corps.
This is such a good read. I say that. I hope they check towards A main. I feel like they will, right? Like this, Hoodie's aware of the potential of it.
Definitely, yeah. They've conceded this space, so they're expecting somebody to come through. Needs to be some pressure coming back through from the other side, though. That's going to be the reckoning invested.
They got to pick a side to fight on. And brilliant shot from Fatinho.
The blades are out as well now.
Knives online. How much can one man do with it, though? There's a lot of pressure and Scream's coming here. Tries to bail him out. Hoodie holds it. Keeps this round safe. Fatinho, they chose the side to fight on, and Hoodie won them that battle. He can slip away now. They've done more than enough on this. XMS trying to creep a little closer as Fatinho doesn't note it. He's closer than expected. Maybe a chance of Fatinho here, almost baited in by that shot behind by Nevera. But now with time dwindling away, they're losing that little advantage they had here. And the heal coming in, they get to stabilize. Giants firmly in control of this round now.
I mean, this is such a fantastic round from Giants. The awareness to have somebody posted up, they concede that space, they feel a little bit of pressure. I'm not sure if there was a sound cue or any sort of utility invested towards Art. I was curious of whether or not it was one of Nookie's, so I was going to say that ping coming through means XMS will lose that one. Nevera, consolation maybe 2. Like that 3.
Not bad.
You saw the timeout flash up there, and I was curious whether or not there was a sound cue or anything, because as soon as that pressure comes back through onto the orb, Hoodie's posted watching Art.
So aware. I don't, the consideration, fair enough, but he was holding it with full intent.
Yeah, that's why I'm curious if anything has happened in Art, if they've heard something, or because at that point, you're then asking somebody from Karmine Corps to flood back towards A main.
Try and help
to draw
out,
some sort of attention,
away.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a huge round.
I mean, it looked really well constructed by Karmine Corps initially.
It was a great idea, but
Giants' awareness catches them off.
That was so heads up from them.
That's it, yeah, because there's a trip over towards B, one outside double doors. I'm pretty sure it was the same camera as before, so...
It'd be very interesting to see what tipped him off to that level of consideration. Again, if it's just simply he was thinking
especially with the reckoning, the reckoning into that smaller space as well. I'm so shocked they couldn't find more value.
Yeah, really impressive. And this is what we were kind of discussing at the start of the game, kind of rolling it back here, that Giants are a step above, right? Even if you're looking at the likes of BBL, for example, the previous opponent, this is now that next level up, right? If you're talking about kind of where they finished in regard to regular season, top 4 was tough.
And I don't think yesterday's performance from Karmine Corps really alters that conversation much. You come into this expecting Giants to be able to maintain what they did through the regular season, even though we start here on Pearl.
Yeah, bit bizarre, but I want to see if there is depth to Karmine Corps. That was, again, the other discussion that we were leaning towards is, okay, we've seen a very good look from them on a couple of maps in a very specific scenario against a previous opponent.
They did trip up on themselves a couple of times on the attacking halves yesterday. A little bit of leeway maybe in that regard, but you definitely want this kept as close as some of the halftime scorelines were versus BBL. So they almost want to try and fake with the lockdown here. But only one rifle upgraded pistols for Karmine Corps to work with.
But again, they're going to be walking into such a preemptive stack. With Nookie getting all that information, he still has Cloud pretty nearby. There's no surprises. Dog going just under that, apparently. In towards the side, they will get it with the lockdown there, forcing Giants a little bit deeper.
Didn't stretch all the way to cover dugout.
Could have been dangerous. This is going to be a tough post plant to break, though. If Navarro feels no pressure beyond the site itself, he does get to kind of run through his utility set. And Karmine Corps maybe being proactive in the post plant, taking a little more space away. Oh, and it was a little messy from Cloud, but he does achieve what he wanted, taking down Scream. He's being closed down on here. Cloud just about getting the rifle out in time as Zeish going to be held back at arm's length. XMS will land it, but Rhyme's already started this. Taken away from it for now. We've got to see if they can run this clock down low enough. XMS again controlling over towards Art. Vitinho pushing forward, and now the defuse is not going to be stopped here. No one can get there in time. Giants keeping composure, posting another.
I think they burned the nanoswarms and the gravity well at the same time, so unable to really run the clock down there. There was no flank coming through towards Nivera, so a little bit of time for him to play potentially a little deeper. I think that after 2 fall to Cloud, maybe there's an inclination that Karmine Corps want to push back onto site and lessen the numbers of Giants, but course correct there. We'll mount them another defuse, and lockdown burns up.
And now we're starting to see that kind of, as we noted before, cushion building here. The ult starting to cycle back up for Giants.
Sorry, just look at the minimap every single time. The Giants just sat behind the same sort of setups time and time again. They're basically denying any opening engagement, waiting for that first wave to come through, which is the run it back, the util dump towards a site, and then winning out in the late round. Another switch up here from Nuki. Same trap towards Art, so not necessarily a big indicator that he's switched sites over. But he does have a kill trip here and a camera setup outside A main. And a much slower approach today from Karmine Corps overall on this half. I don't know if it's just maybe results-based that they feel as if they have to slow things down and take a little more consideration.
Joke's over! You're dead!
And again, with that ult becoming available, they're always going to sit pretty deep anyway. I imagine Nuki's going to lean quite far back, play safe towards Pit. Scream can't close that gap. So yes, he'll get them the site though. Information does get noted. Camera taken away. Does he get caught on the way out? No. Nuki not going to pull the trigger on that, but Rhyme's starting to clear through. A 2-man hit squad making their way through Art. Seeker's going to reveal Navarro's position. He eats the Seeker. That's a problem. He might be dead here already. Hoodie going to find another victim. Can't get the follow-up. Shin holds it back. Trade. 3 for 3 now. Quick pop flash goes in. Swing comes out. Shin then making the most of that. 2v2. Cloud wants a challenger, and no one wants that fight. Being drawn to attention off the back of this, information being held on both sides of the map here. Sitting on that defuse, gets to halfway, but Vitinho, no trade there for him. And time now running low. Has to get back onto this. Does he get away with it?
Surely not.
No one stops him.
It's a 2v1 there, Lauren. Somebody has to push towards the smoke. They both go for the spam. I don't even know if Vitinho's fully safe from Art there. It's a massive fumble from Karmine Corps. After what looks like one of their most successful approaches in terms of the early round here, even with Scream falling after the run it back. A beautiful trade from Shin back onto that. 19 HP, just one more shot.
That's gut-wrenching for Karmine Corps. Fantastic for Giants, who look good. They look like they have the perfect approach coming into this, the perfect read into this game, dealing with Scream on this Phoenix very diligently. A little quicker than before, but not masses of an adjustment. Most of the utility focused towards that A main.
Yeah, no trip here this time, so Karmine Corps probably feel as if they have a little room to play with here. Another cross-map dart coming through. It's going to land at the perfect time as well.
Of course it does. It does create a problem for the players over towards main. You have to reveal a little bit more of their approach in this 3-2 split. Divide going to go up now, and the plant is in. But again, another 5v5 post-plant. Can they hold on to it this time?
Still got a nano swarm in the hands of Nivera as well. Seeker's invested. Won't tell them too much other than there's bodies coming through spawn. Altron will be burnt up pretty early, actually, just to clear dugout.
Ooh,
but a response cosmic divide.
Big flash. Didn't quite catch it on the corner. So well read by Nuki there. Hoodie's the one to get the punish on it, but they play it out well. Again, they still need to pick up the pace, though. Starting to get a little bit closer on the timing. Rhyme bided his. The follow-up from Shin, though, is fantastic. Still playing towards the side. One another doesn't get it. Hoodie's there. And Nuki just playing in between the rock and a hard place. Has to eventually peer on through, but Hoodie, he's holding the defuse. They're not going to let go. Why would they? They're sticking it again. Karmine Corps crumble in the post plant, not having that ability to dig in.
Really, at this point, you're just looking for some sort of recovery towards making this doable in the second half. An 8-2 scoreline.
Tough game for Karmine Corps here.
Yeah, but I got to say, falling short of Giants' approach here to the defense there. Just playing damage control. Like I said, there's a number of times you look at the minimap at the start of these maps and there's nobody peeking anywhere. They're just looking to absorb any sort of early round pressure, force Karmine Corps into burning up the utility that they have.
Yeah. No, it's been very impressive to watch. It feels like the perfect counterplay to everything that Karmine Corps wants to do. Giants are very prepared. There it is again. Hello. So they get the early read on the location of Karmine Corps. The adjusted setup back into play.
I mean, Giants are expecting Karmine Corps to drift back towards B or connector, but
they just aren't.
They keep hitting hard.
They haven't been able to hold this.
Look at this setup from Giants. It's lent heavily towards B and connector. Again, Nookie see it forced to play his life in dugout, but there's been such minimal pressure towards him that Giants are happy to sit in this.
It's a slightly different camera this time, not by much, but it might give him a little info late. You can see XMS deals with it quite quickly, but they still don't have that plant in just yet, just going down now. But the reckoning pushing a little deeper. I wonder if they try to backfill that space. They didn't.
Spike planted.
Now does XMS stick around on site here? He is going to be willing to challenge. And a follow-up gorgeous shot from XMS. Nookie does overwhelm. Starting to take back the site that was once theirs. And a 4v3, Rhyme, Nookie, and Fatinho looking to flood on in. Scream given just a little bit of a corner to play from. Perfect shot from him. Good for one and not for the second, but there's bodies now. There's numbers on the side of Karmine Corps. The most likely chance they've had yet. They're getting paranoid. This should be it. This should be theirs. Finally! They stick the landing in the post plant.
Last
Another
round
attempt
before
where
the switch.
Again, I think Giants are reading heavily into... Yeah, surely this way they're losing out too much on A. They're going to come B.
They're going to go.
There's not even any presence faked from Karmine Corps anywhere else on the map. It's so all in towards Nookie. And time again, Giants are able to win out in the retakes. XMS actually being the difference maker in this, to be honest.
Yeah, him
Find 2
sticking
kills
around
ahead of that initial crunch onto site.
Which I quite like him doing. Again, they've kept the money humble because these rounds have been, as clear-cut as the scoreline may look, the rounds have still been quite close in those post plants. Finally, we see them look a little across the map. As is old, but he's not going to commit to this yet. Fatinho will be responding. Going to pull the rotation towards the B site.
Problem is now they have the confirmation with Nookie switching back to that same cam. Only has the 1 trip though, I believe, unless I'm missing something on the minimap, but he's also down on the Guardian, yeah, so like you said, financially suffering even after a string of rounds being put together.
Here.
Try and set up once again for the run it back. But Giants, this time,
Scout destroyed.
a little closer proximity towards A site already. Cloud preemptively getting in position, maybe to make use of that Hunter's Fury as well.
With this dead time, you've already got Fatinho back towards A. You already have Hoodie leaning a little closer. Unless they try and adjust now, they're going to walk again into the 3-player side of the map.
That's actually key. Zace has just come through and dealt with the cam in connector here. There's a ping coming out, but still, 3 members of Giants on this side of the map.
It just felt a little late there, but maybe. After what was done before, they can do it again. Scream needs his flash to work. Too close, but he gets it.
The last second.
Just about gets it, but he's pulled back down to reality. Rhyme taking a little bit of chip damage off the... There's Hunter's Fury from cross-map almost here, but the plant's down, they have a man advantage. Can they hold it again?
Still seeing 2 nano swarms for Nivera as well. Not investing those early on here, but a star will go down for the gravity well. Nivera actually with an operator in hand.
Oh!
Well, he did.
Yeah, that one's on the floor now. Nice flash, though, comes out from Hoodie, and Cloud on the swing. They try and get proactive towards Art, and once again, it's a masterpiece. XMS and Shin are now worried. They're sweating, they're nervous, and Cloud landing shots like that, and XMS is screwed in this. Diffuse comes in. Giants once again here, showing such diligence in these retakes.
Yeah, and in some of these post plants, the positives we were talking about yesterday, Karmine Corps looked much better in terms of the fundamentals. Always having a teammate next to you to swing on, trade into a kill. We're not seeing that here. I mean, there's a solo operator holding on here. Just left, right, and center. There's people taking individual gunfights. That wasn't what Karmine Corps did well yesterday.
No.
At all.
It can't be a tech pause.
We're in halftime. How does...
That's not a tech pause. You could have lied to us and just said it was the normal halftime. Your honesty is your own downfall.
Did somebody celebrate?
Oh, don't. You reckon?
We had a celebration on stage.
We got a little slip.
Unacceptable.
It doesn't look like it's Karmine Corps side, obviously. They look
Nobody's
pretty...
getting shouted at, yeah.
No, I want to... Can we see the Giants side? I want to see if they're up to anything.
No,
Can't. See? There's Nookie.
Oh, hang on,
Wait,
I just
is he at his
realised
desk?
Nookie's not at his cursed desk.
That's why!
Has Nookie broken another desk?
That... Okay, so if you aren't playing along at home, if you didn't watch the regular season as obviously intently as we do.
Desk 4.
Yeah, when Nookie sits on the other side of the stage, there's a desk that I think Nevera's in currently, which is the cursed desk. Nookie has caused more technical timeouts than any other player, right? So I think we've just switched up the position. We popped him on the other side.
Yeah, they made sure to have him on that side of the studio today.
So if it is... production, can I hear if it is a Nookie-related issue? Just out of curiosity. Thank you, production. Producer Sam has not told us off today. Obviously, last time came up here and absolutely lambasted us.
Yeah. First time I've ever been reprimanded in the caster booth, actually.
It's crazy, yeah.
It's Producer Sam, of all people.
I know, he's such a nice guy. It hurts even more. He was just disappointed in us. Having fun on air, not in EMEA. Oh, don't start playing the music.
I wasn't even ready for the sad music to come in.
Michael, I think it's time you have a chat.
I don't want to address it just yet.
Okay. Okay, we'll hold off. We'll hold off. We'll hold off for now.
I don't feel like with the current scoreline it's appropriate at all.
But yeah, we do wait a moment. I'm kind of interested because they're all still in the server. So like normally you can kind of figure out what it is. You know,
This may very well be a client issue.
I feel like it might be.
Obviously, as soon as we get an answer, we will let you know, as we always do. Usual.
We like to have a chat.
Because we're in free fall right now.
Always.
Limbo.
See, the one thing I used to like doing in shows. Oh, I hear steps. So maybe this is actually us going back into game.
Half time.
Tech pause is cleared, but still no reasoning. Curious.
A mysterious tech pause.
The best kind. The best kind. Production, don't tell me.
What's been your favourite tech pause?
Anytime a player spills something on themselves.
Yeah.
That's my favourite.
Alpha running to the toilet was one of my favourites.
What, on winning Tokyo?
Winning Tokyo. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, now we're in the halftime pause. That was actually madness. We sat there, obviously, in Tokyo.
I thought something was broken.
I was like, what's happened? I would just get producers in EMEA going, Phil, Alpha's off the stage. I'm like, is he all right? What's happening? It was, I'm there trying to like hype it up. I'm absolutely whiffing the winning moment. But, that's fine. We move on. It's all right.
That was the longest walk of shame back to the stage as well.
And it is that whole thing, like, do I run or do I walk? So you do somewhere in between and it doesn't look good. You have to either commit or don't. It was rough. Welcome to Behind the Scenes with Fancy and Hypark. Any other questions, do feel free to tweet at us. We'll answer them within reason.
Yeah.
Unless it's something so unhinged, I have to answer it. Don't put the time. Wait,
there's no way there's still 60 seconds left.
Yeah.
Was that a prompt to bring it back? Right, okay, 9-3 on the half.
Yeah,
talked about the things for Karmine Corps yesterday that were working.
Sure.
Not today.
No. But do we think Giants' composition here will work as well on this attacking side? Is that where maybe there's room for movement? But then again, as you could also say, does Karmine's Corps work on the defending side?
Definitely. I mean, Karmine Corps, particularly on the defense, yesterday we talked about how much they lent towards these retake setups.
Yeah.
Is that really applicable with the Phoenix? I'm not entirely sold on that. You could argue as well it's more difficult to obviously retrieve these orbs on the defense, or at least to guarantee clean retrieval of the orbs, especially if Giants opt to set up in a default, and actually, especially with Nookie having the option to have some global utility as well. At least in the early round, they can apply a little bit of pressure and then maybe secure some map control. So I'm curious how Karmine Corps do want to approach this, because first half we didn't see them lean towards their strengths from yesterday versus BBL.
Yes.
So does that really carry across to the retake discussion as well?
Let's get it started. Scream, getting aggressive. Gonna take first contact. Michael, don't you dare laugh during the Karmine Corps game.
Yeah.
Don't you dare.
I'm very sorry.
Scream again. He's willing to challenge. He's desperately trying to like keep them away. But
I do think this is a key indicator as well.
Okay.
early on that Scream's going to try and pick up these A orbs. So it's actually key the Giants have shown presence here so early on. You can see actually a spy cam set up off the barrier dropping as well. Things slow down just a little bit. Flash will come through from Zaysh, but not deep enough to catch this mid presence.
Does he have another, or is that all he's got? So he's off Flash.
Does have the Trailblazer still,
Yeah.
though.
Invested on the other side from Hoodie. Going to clear through Art. Spots the player over towards Secret, but already Fatinho's very close by. Shin does very well here. Still holding a good crack of space in this one.
Down A.
And overwhelmed Giants are falling like flies. What a hold coming out from Karmine Corps. 3v1, Nookie, you're good, but are you this good? Not today. Scream's gotcha. They get the first, 3 standing.
Get themselves on the board with the pistol in the second half. Yeah, Shin in a couple of situations so far this map, just putting up numbers in situations where you feel as if he's going to fall and be overwhelmed. A 2K here, a 3K there. A beautiful start to the second half for him. Like I said, caught up here in the grab well, and the second swing just lagging behind a little bit from Giants.
Let's see these protocols, right? They have to keep, at least for Giants, they have to keep Scream away from these orbs. Now you've got Shin by his side, right? And if you traditionally look at when, I guess, Karmine Corps have done well in previous results, generally Navera Scream towards the top of the board, but seeing Shin up there, that's very unique. And he had a fantastic performance, one of his lands not too long ago. Be careful now, though. Don't want to overstay.
Shin had a standout performance in terms of them, I guess, falling below par at lock-in. Shin was for me, the standout player.
He was. So if we start to see that emerging as well, what a lovely boon to the Karmine Corps economy. But as it stands, let's see if they can keep this clean. For Giants, they'd love to get under the skin here a little. But with only one Sheriff, it's quite tricky. Classics beyond that. But maybe just time to walk the map. Take a little tour. See what they're up against. See if they can get the feel they're playing through. Maybe a plant would be ideal.
No confirmation behind this, but a ping through on the minimap. You can also see Scream actually on the X-ray, positioning towards backside of Fountain.
Oh, whiffed Flash, I think there. That could be a little uncomfortable. That could have been the early warning signal.
30 seconds.
Timing's everything. Ooh, takes a lot of damage for it, but he does hold on. It was
Nearly
Cloud.
turned away, though. That's the key. Scream didn't give up a rifle here.
Cross going to be watched, tag given. Hoodie getting a little lower. Shin, backline over, doing it. Fatinho punishing, ready for the follow-up. Scream, challenge successful. Takes out Cloud, but this is still dangerous. Fatinho has a Sheriff, and Nookie still on the Classic.
21 HP, though. Fatinho's got to play this passively, and Nookie, like you said, Classic in hand, spy cam back in 5 seconds, but not many options to bail Fatinho out.
You need to hit some out-of-the-world shots there. Not going to have it in him. So Nookie, it's become near on impossible here. Gonna have to make a go of it. Did well enough on one. Trades there, is that fair enough?
What a giggle from Scream, yeah.
It's a good start though. Let's kind of, you know, I'm not gonna get ahead of ourselves here because bear in mind, pistol rounds almost live within their own realms, right? They don't necessarily translate to the bigger picture. Now we're gonna see the buy coming in for Giants, but it hasn't been a particularly kind start here into the second half for them. Ult is ready for Scream, but beyond that, a very light purchase thus far.
Seen Navera toying with the idea of a Guardian coming in, but even at a 9-5 scoreline, we'll try and protect the purchase as best they can.
Water rising.
So happy to concede the 10th here. So confident in their defensive game on Pearl. Early denial here from XMS, and that was something that was key on Haven, actually, for Karmine Corps yesterday. Just forcing back that early round, like 10, 15 seconds or so for Giants, burning up a little bit of time. A very slow approach here from Giants in the first buy round, though.
Extremely passive. 1 minute now. First deeper commitment of utility going through. Doesn't note the turret nor the player. Should ring the alarm bell quite soon.
The smoke's about to drop now. We'll get confirmation on the back of it. turret dealt with.
This is scary times for Nevera.
Giants are creeping closer and closer towards Art.
Off to 35 seconds now.
Yeah, this could be a bloodbath here. It's only Nookie towards main.
They're walking into 4 with Scream and an ult. I think this could be an error. He's going to hear all of this. Yeah, pops the ult. Why not? See what he can get. That's fantastic! And a follow-up. Impeccable work from Scream. Slowing down that spike en route to the site. Yes, Nookie's got space, but there's bodies here. There's problems. Vitinho going to find XMS, creating a little bit of safety. Wants a follow-up, not going to get it, but the spike is down. Numbers not sitting on their side, though. Shin creeping closer. Couldn't land it. Nevera does. Back down to a 2v2. Zysh and Nevera putting it all in Nookie's hands. Spike is planted. He's got to hold this. Flash clears up. They're going to see this, and they're going to feel that. Zysh goes down. Nevera closing the gap, though, does have the rifle, and he's got the shot. Karmine Corps. What a round to do it into. 6 now, etched on the board for them. Considering the buy they had, I've got to say Giants faltering there.
Yeah, converting a shaky purchase in the bonus, but a bonus nonetheless for Karmine Corps. Off to a flying start on the defense. Actually, even with the 3K there from Nevera, curious about the ultimate progress, but Scream, it felt like he was a little bit behind this in terms of if the intention is to catch the run it back and get into the back lines and kind of shadow this execute. You feel like he's missed it, but still coming out with 2 there.
I thought he'd missed that window of chance, but he was absolutely right on the timing, just catching. That spike made its way over, and then, God, the follow-up as well. Scary times now for Giants, because, again, I put that round into a little maybe too hesitant, taking a little too long to make their minds up there.
I mean, effectively, we even noted it was Nookie solo towards A main. It was 4 members of Giants looking to death ball and overwhelm anybody that was inside Art, and it's just the ultimate. It's an extra body on the line that Scream comes away with 2, and it completely disrupts this execute.
And kind of talking into that as well is some of the things we credited, I guess, KC for in yesterday's game was kind of that synergy, their retakes, but also we're starting to see some discipline here. Not being baited into, you know, trying to maybe take an early fight to try and find that information, not trying to get ahead of themselves, playing quite passive, really dug in deep, forcing Giants to maybe explore further. So again, timeout happened. Worked out hopefully what they can here. Couple of ults to play with for Giants, so this could still be a deadly round. Knives there for Vitinho, but 8-12, not exactly the most highlight game for him. It has mostly been the Nookie and Cloud show, if you're looking at it from their perspective. And a 3-man stack going walkabouts for Karmine Corps to try and get those orbs. This time, not to Scream's hand, so...
I'll get proactive here, though.
They're going
I'm just going to feel a ton of this pressure.
Oh, the timing on this could be very interesting. And look where the spike is. Depending how far they go on this. Oh, dear. The spam through the box forces the swing. And now the spike's on an island. They don't know it, but all this progress could be for nothing.
Will actually be Hoodie to come and retrieve.
Turrets destroyed.
Didn't reveal Nookie.
I was going to say, yeah.
But he just stands his ground. Oh, the shot stunning from Nevera. Doesn't get another go of it, though. Cloud still wanted his name up in lights. Puts it in the kill feed at the very least. There's Hoodie and Cloud, the last 2, try and make something out of this. Chance for a plant. Beyond that gets tricky.
Careful now.
That could be an issue. Flash as well. Hoodie doesn't get caught on the way out, so he gets a second lease at life. It's actually closing the gap, though, making this post plant almost impossible. Big pressure, big round for standing. That's going to be 7.
Giants need to get a grip. Obviously, stop this early momentum, because 4 surviving here for Karmine Corps. To give them a buy or 2 in hand.
Oh, yeah.
Some ultimates burned up, yes. I mean, Bladestorm coming out from Vitinho as well. So, in that regard, you've got to argue Giants with the advantage back on this purchase, at least. Hunter's Fury available, Seeker's available as well. But 3 successful defuses for Karmine Corps, and we said that was the strength of their gameplay yesterday versus BBL.
Glimpses of it here again. This has to be a critical round for Giants, Mike. This has to be everything. I mean, they've got some big ults.
Yeah, 2 big retake ultimates, though, for Karmine Corps. The Divide and the Lockdown available. So it does put them in a position, or enables them now to lean heavier on that.
He's committing to this. We talked about his versatility before with the Operator, always kind of present on the map, very hard to pin down, a little slippery, but Giants should be aware of this possibility after the flash that came in. Obviously not going to know how committed he is to this, but...
He's so wallbangable from window, but actually, Giants thinking better of it. It's double stack towards A main, though, as well.
Both sessions screaming.
Karmine Corps aggressive in mid and over on A, but it's 5 members of Giants.
Oh,
Scream's going to flash through.
Scream. Timing is everything. The perfect flash. Fitino can't turn it in time, but he does get away. Wall goes up. Zysh goes in. Overdoing it, to say the very least. Scream, does he get away in time? Trying to slow this. Take away those Seekers. Giants trying to stabilize now. Burning up the Seekers and the knives. And Scream connects straight through.
Giants are trying to hit the rotate here. I mean, already Shin is positioned.
Shin's still here.
Yeah, over towards B long.
Scream's
There's time for
beating him
Navarra to actually get across to the bottom of connector, but he's going to peek mid here.
That should be so telling. He sees nothing, he hears nothing going towards Art. This makes them feel they're in the right place, and the divide goes up. Door. Yeah, bye-bye. You got to walk through it, walk through blind. Yeah, the flash is good into the smoke, but still, this is tricky. Shin in the corner. Oh, and there's the support system. Navarra makes it there. Oh, this is gorgeous from Karmine Corps. And Cloud, run as you might, you're being hunted down. Full standing, and Karmine Corps in firm control of this matchup.
Huge investment, but it comes at the perfect time in this round. Slight overstep from Zysh, but the recovery is beautiful. I think that's what he's making up for here. Him and Scream look as if they're having a discussion maybe about a miscommunication. I mean, it was almost a beautiful crunch.
The timing on that.
Scream throws the wall up, and it's actually Zysh ready with a guiding light. So they're almost ready to flash on the back of that wall as well. Ever so slightly off, but like I said, the recovery factor in this round, beautiful stuff from Karmine Corps.
Is this a timeout from Giants?
It's gotta be.
It's gotta be. We said that was the round, right? That one with all those ults there, some of those, key factors, the big purchase coming in, but this half has been flat from Giants. Unable to take the pace into their hands, unable to be as, I guess, influential to outcome, struggling. You're starting to see Pipson heating up here as well. When he starts going, you can know that they're in a little bit of stress. This man, he doesn't hide his emotions by any means. But 9-8 now, that gap almost closed after what was a very one-sided first half.
Absolutely. Karmine Corps going to be sitting on a couple of players over up towards 6K. So a healthy cushion behind this, even with the operator in hand as well from Navarra carried across. Your light shield purchase coming through for Giants, but as I said previously, the investment comes through, and that's key. Karmine Corps win out in that ultimate cycle very comfortably. Just one round separating them now. This wasn't noted previously. Navarra going to post up on the same angle. Flash won't catch him. No utility sent his way just yet. Is he rewarded? He spots a pixel. Cloud swings onto it. Going to find the one able to dip away as well.
We're starting to see those layers of brilliance to Karmine Corps. Navarra on that operator, varied as ever. This is... I'm scared for Giants now. Looking at how this is going down. Okay, but they're trying to pick themselves up, right? Okay, back to this. We still need to take this pressure. We still need to take this space, but it's given away. They know that they've taken this area of the map. Scream starting to get closer. The hunter prowling. You can see him. You can smell water in the blood. This time he's dealt with. Hoodie stands tall to this, and they start making their way forward. The eventual goal looking like the B side, but Navarra's still here. Operator's still in play.
This is where he excels as well. These deep, safe angles from Navarra. Smoked off here, flashed as well. Will catch, but Shin still in a position to do some damage. Hoodie finds him, no. Navarra on the swing back through. 4 HP, but will drop for Tino.
Best chance yet for Giants in a 3v3. They should be able to get the spike down, but closing the gap here is Zysh. Big work, looking for a follow-up 4 HP. Not going to be able to withstand the storm that Hoodie's bringing. Mad impact this round from him. XMS and Zysh.
Yeah, 2v2. Cove's still available for XMS as well, so Giants have to play deep on this.
They've cleared backside. They know this is all towards long. Spam comes in, breaks it, swing together, die together. Nookie puts them 10 feet below. And this is what Giants needed.
Zysh and XMS just trying to catch them on maybe the recoil reset there as they spray down the cove. That spray reset not working out for them. Nookie punishes such a play. Giants get themselves up to 10.
10 rounds now. Double digits made. Can Karmine Corps echo this? Looking to get proactive. Forced away. An early investment from Cloud. And they pause for thought here. Giants need to get a grip of what's going on across this map.
One off the Seekers, one off the Reckoning for Karmine Corps, so 2 big ultimates for them to invest. Cosmic Divide on the cards for Rhyme, though. Nothing else, bar the Seekers of their own, actually, within touching distance. The first time we've seen real intent towards Connector here, so
Blinded.
XMS and Zaysh will be called upon.
Oh, any catch on this? XMS hasn't yet revealed anything.
Scout destroyed.
Zaysh has.
We'll note a ton of gunshots behind that. 2, potentially 3 rifles noted behind that Trailblazer.
And the close
Giants,
flash finds nothing there
yeah,
as well.
I think Giants know it, that early presence is
Here.
read pretty comfortably. Yeah, 40 seconds, and you're absolutely right. Drifting into the Killjoy setup, and also an operator in hand.
And Scream late.
He's going to post up on a deeper angle as well.
Yeah, this is nasty. Normally, I'd say one and done, but it is Scream. All eyes now get drawn towards Navera, but he's still holding the line here. Navera playing ahead of his setup, and he doesn't get away. Punished on the way back through. Could have fallen away after the first, but wanted a bit more. I could come back to haunt them here. Fatino trying to get in a little bit deeper. Play towards Pit, try and secure this from the word go, but the flash was good. They're trying to hunt him down, but he gets away safely. Counter comes in from Hoodie, and he saves the day again. Hoodie is coming on. What? It's a 1v1. How have we gone here? 3 kills already. He's just trying to find Rhyme. Can he spot him out here, waiting for it to drop? He's still got utility. Rhyme tucked in the corner, waiting to catch that cross. Goes in a little early, but that's just fine. XMS one's halfway, but Rhyme closing in on the gap here. This angle is undiscovered. He's got to check. He's got to check. He's got to check.
What? There's no way.
He got the defuse, right?
Yes. Karmine Corps won the round.
People ain't ready. You must cultivate a sense of calm.
What was that? I mean, XMS with 2 beautiful kills to even make this doable. Fantastic crunch through. Navera actually forced back into the gravity well here. Caught on the retreat. This counter flash from Hoodie.
Hoodie is putting in heroics for his side. Without him, this round would have been over long ago. The fact he even got that close. How much more can one man do? Oh, he's so happy. It warms my heart.
This is crunch time, though. It's 1 round separating them. Karmine Corps need to win basically this round to give themselves a cushion, tie things up. I don't think it will break the bank, but will certainly put them on a shaky purchase.
This could be 10-10.
Watching here.
They could.
It's getting scary times. Late flash. Does connect, so shows there is players in middle, but hard to read how much by. And it looks like a 3-2 split towards A. Zaysh, Shin, gonna have to deal with the Seekers. Hoodie not far behind. XMS gonna be drawn away from holding where he wanted to. Hoodie gonna just thread the needle.
Running it down.
It's just gonna be him. The absolute bulldozer himself, joined by Nookie, but Hoodie, if he has to, he's gonna do it single-handedly.
I'll test that retake once again. Karmine Corps. But a body down here and a key body in the form of Zaysh on the sky. Require some heroics here as Giants have comfortably reset away from this as well.
Okay, tap on the spike first. Draws out the attention. Scream now looking for that pixel out of place. Does he find the fight? The flash goes high. That's not bad, but it's better from Navera. Takes out Nookie. Fatino shows his hand a little from art, but it's Scream waiting. Another! Karmine Corps! Kill after kill, it's all. There's Cloud, desperate to hold on, but forced away now. Diffuser started, and Cloud! Exceptional work! It looked absolutely desolate for them until Cloud dug in deeper.
What a bailout round. The kill feed just lights up green though with Karmine Corps sweeping their way back onto site. And Cloud commits to that spray, finds everything and more. Again, the hot hand's just landing a little too shallow here, but the finest of margins is XMS trying to stick that one. A massive boom to Karmine Corps' momentum here in the second half. And a bailout round in terms of the finances as well for Giants.
Yep.
There may even still be some gaps in this purchase, but what's crazy is actually, yeah, Karmine Corps coming out looking worse off that.
Really?
3 ultimates available, Lockdown, Cosmic Divide, and the Run It Back, 2 away from the Reckoning as well.
Okay.
It's a decent position to be in, but you got to argue Karmine Corps are going to want to hold Giants on 11 here.
Yeah.
So up against it in terms of the inventory.
For Giants, again, I wouldn't, if I'm Giants as well, I wouldn't feel particularly happy about the last couple rounds. Obviously, like, bigger picture. Right now in the server, you'll take what you get. But keep in mind, this has been bailouts by Hoodie. It's been bailouts coming in that round from Cloud. These are hard to replicate, but they're getting so close to 12, to, you know, that infamous last round that maybe it doesn't matter as much. But let's see what value they can find off this running back with Scream. Oh my god, they're doing formidable. It's a fiddle.
Can flash through this.
There's no way. Wait, this is obscene. Look at the angle he's working on. The flash, it's really good, but the hold from Giants is better. Round 2, and they win it again. Giants coming out on top here. An attempted play, I don't mind it. It was pretty audacious, but Giants so ready for it.
Problem being as well with the investment coming through, you want to see XMS hold onto a rifle. The fact that he's bought down to 200 credits, but hold that thought, Nuki looking to backstab this mid setup. The initial fiddle.
Maybe looking to ensure the policing of the weapons too, which he's done exceptionally at. Finds Zaysh and it leaves XMS very much on his own. And you can see it, the utility pour coming in.
Yeah, you want to see him try and hold on to this. I mean, Scream's going to struggle for a light shield purchase regardless. I'm not sure exactly of the investment behind that ultimate. I think XMS is almost boxed in with both of these traps, so Giants should have a pretty good idea with looking over towards double doors exactly where he's trying to save this, and plenty of time left on the clock to hunt him down.
Nuki is having a little prowl around, isn't he? Oh.
Oh, run the other way now. Oh no.
They found me. It's pretty far away, to be fair. It would be quite hard to close the gap, but this is a big round for Giants to convert. Again, I don't mind those like give it a go sort of runs, but it's what it puts them in financially is where I'm worried.
That was, I mean, you used the word audacious, that kind of nail on the head. I think that's previously on Nevera feeling a real lack of pressure when he was there with the operator there.
Yeah, it's maybe a potential read.
Yeah. Just so happens this time around, there's 3 members of Giants stacked up.
Even with the flash, I mean, it didn't. They could just hold down.
Somebody was tucked playing anti-flash anyway. It's a beautiful read from Giants.
They're able to get a buy. They've still got the rifles. They've got 2 ults there in hand, 2 off the Reckoning. On the other side, a lot of ults to play with. 2 off from the Divide. The pacing again. Giants do need to invest early utility to make sure that Karmine Corps aren't doing anything a little fruity, getting up to some naughtiness. Burns it up and doesn't give them that full, deeper picture that maybe they'd want to work with.
They're looking to maybe try and deal with the util behind double doors, but doesn't catch for the shock dart. This doesn't create an opening just yet. XMS. Imagine that's his ping on the minimap here. Doesn't show to the drone either. With the Hunter's Fury available, don't want to give Cloud any opportunity to guarantee value off that ultimate. Trailblazer will spot the back line at least here of Rhyme. XMS is playing so deep on this.
Yeah, what a ratty little angle. Just sat. Give them all this room, burning this clock up, right? Like, we're down to 40 seconds or so. Spike is still at the top of mid.
Key flash coming through from Zaysh, actually. Hoodie going to remove the turret. Now, you're hoping that doesn't actually draw much of a rotation because of the confirmation on the back of Zaysh's utility.
It should counter it out, but let's see. It's all on Scream here at the top. Tell a lie, it ain't just Scream, it's Zaysh as well in unison. And they get pulled into the blender. That flash might have been the MVP of this round to stop them over-responding to Hoodie's presence alone. And with the spike left where it is, these final 2 players, if they can cost them financially, sure, but beyond that, this round is out of hand.
Beautiful read of the information that they're able to gather here. Even with the turret falling, they chalk it up to it being a lurk, it being somebody looking to feign a little bit of pressure over towards B. And even then, even if Nevera feels the heat, he's got the lockdown anyway.
Yeah.
So Karmine Corps are comfortable in this position.
10 rounds. And it kind of puts this into the hands of Giants to continue to consider how they approach this attacking side, right? Because we've been seeing Karmine Corps sitting very deep. We've seen that occasional investment of the aggression, so they have to use that utility to clear a little, you know, closer, right? So by the time they're going for these site hits, it's quite late. So the Giants pick up the pace, but hard to do that. There's so many question marks.
I was talking about XMS's utility kind of stalling the early round protocols by 10, 15 seconds. Make that 35, 40 seconds, honestly. By the time Giants are actually set up in a position to go to seek out information and try and formulate a plan on what they can learn across the map, it's coming very late. This is a little different, though. Trailblazer invested much earlier on. We'll spy out the turret. And this is the sort of protocol I'm talking about, finding out where the Killjoy utility is, trying to go forward and deal with that, create an opening and force a rotation. XMS not spotted, but will be heard on the retreat at least.
And the amount of room that Hoodie found as well, I wouldn't be surprised if they try and re-explore this, considering we've been seeing this almost 4-1. A lot of pressure on Nevera. Yes, he's still got that lockdown to depend on if he gets the chance.
Still got the Hunter's Fury, though, from Cloud, so a chance to cancel it out altogether.
This is a really good call from Giants to go for this. Identified in just the round gone. And look how far away the rest of Karmine Corps are. For Nevera, it's trying to buy time, if anything. There's going to be the Hunter's Fury coming in to deal with that. Dealt with on the third.
Spike drop.
And now the plant should be able to come through, but it's bought a little bit of time. Not a massive amount, though.
30
But
seconds
Karmine Corps are making use of that time.
planted.
Cleared all the way back through.
You want to fight it?
Going to prioritise towards connector here. Nuki has to hold down the fort.
It is Nuki. This guy's only good for it. He's just swung past Cloud. Cloud! You're burning alive! Doesn't even feel the heat. Barely makes it out of there. Fatinho, though, next in charge to hold this one back. Hoodie's been good for it, but can he do it again? Rhyme's just fallen. Fatinho and Hoodie, is this the round to do it in? Fatinho slipping in. Oh, they have no idea on this readjust. The flash great there, but can they find the final one? Fatinho, oh, they found him in time.
What a beautiful retake from Karmine Corps. What was that? I mean, an absolute blunder with the hot hands.
I don't know. He wasn't flashed. I don't know what happened to him.
I think he's just waiting to play off the divide.
A real mistake. And again, rarely we see that, especially from the likes of Cloud or anyone like that. They're very, very heads-up players. That was almost unforgivable.
Does he think he has a gap or something at the when he's backed up against the wall? It tanks the whole thing. Like I said, though, what's key is Karmine Corps are so proactive. They make great use of the time that they create for themselves. Even coming down to the last thing, we'll talk about some of the concerns in the first half. The double swing at the end to close out the round, something we know almost was their demise yesterday versus BBL.
Turco grinning.
Yes. Turco died for this.
Yep. Now we look, we take kind of stock in this. We have a different approach now. Don't see the similar hold. Nevera is not on that B site. And once again, they're trying to thread this needle that they found, this little bit of a vulnerability, or at least what they feel is a chance to lean towards B. A 3-2 split, 2 down long, 3 through middle.
One off Reckoning, run it back, and the Seeker's available here. So Karmine Corps going to be feeling pretty comfortable about their opportunity at a retake once again. XMS has to find a kill, ideally. We'll concede the plant for free, no real resistance here. Or pressure applied, so a full 5v5. First time I'm actually seeing this.
Zai still has 2 flashes and those Seekers, so Fatinho's kind of screwed unless he's able to almost over-deliver, which Cloud's trying to help him in, right? Takes away screen from this, that saved him for another go. Cloud is literally blind. We all are. Nice! Fatinho, he's not, well, he was actually flashed up, still gonna find the knife to go through. 4 players on both sides, but keep your eyes on the time. It is running very low. They need to get towards this. They need to clear those back lines or this is going to go away. And Hoodie is holding on. XMS, another attempt. How much can one man do here? He's still going to find the 1v1. Time is not on his side. Nuki, the savior of Giants at the very end there. Giving them win on Pearl, but that was way too close for comfort.
XMS nearly coming out with another clutch here, but Nuki sealing the deal. Giants finally dragging this one across the line. But a Herculean effort from Karmine Corps in the second half. We talked about some concerns on the attack and how they generally look better and more composed on the defense. I think we're seeing another clear example of that here today on Pearl. Maybe just the scoreline being too large a deficit to allow them to actually convert this.
Yeah, that was an explosive first match. This is crazy.
It's been really exciting.